There's Houston. Well, what's up, guys? This is Daniel in Houston, and we're out here in the garden. It's starting to get hot this morning. We should have been out here 2 hours ago, but we've been laying around the house being lazy. But I'm proud to say I want to show you guys something. You saw all the problems we had with the deer in the garden and what they did to our green beans a couple weeks ago. What happened to our green beans?
They got eaten.
They got eaten. Well,
we planted more.
We didn't plant more. We just kind of give up on them and thought we lost them all. Pretty much turned them, quit watering them.
We have more.
Because I wasn't going to keep wasting my time as a deer. We're going to keep coming and keep coming.
More.
But we just give up on the green beans and let them go. Well, for whatever reason, the deer quit coming in the garden.
Look, my watermelons are growing.
Your watermelons are growing. You got a whole row. They're getting thick back there, Houston.
Yeah.
So let's show you these green beans real quick, because we got a lot of green beans to pick right now. So here's our 2 rows of green beans you remember we planted. This side over here is contender green beans.
And I got a big one.
You got a big one? Yeah. And this row over here, ooh, look at those pretty zinnias, is Blue Lake. So we've got lots of green beans. Not going to be a huge harvest, but we've got beans that need to be picked. Check them out. So I know we're not going to get just an amazing harvest because they were knocked back so bad. And like I said, I pulled my drip irrigation off of them, was pretty much just going to let them go until I'm under. And they started leafing out again and decided not to, so they haven't been watered. So had I been leaving that drip irrigation on them, they would probably be doing a lot better. But we're going to get to picking and see how many green beans we get out of this. Oh man, whew, it's getting hot out here. It's not bad picking down there in the shade, but we out here in the sun. So I've got all my beans picked, my contenders, Blue Lake. I've got some very interesting results. I want to show you this. So the first bucket you just saw me dump out were the contenders. So there's the contender green beans, probably a little over half a 5-gallon bucket full. Now this is interesting. Here's the Blue Lake bush beans. The contenders produced really well. Let me show you what the Blue Lakes did. It's interesting. Look at that. Blue Lake, contender. Look at the difference. I mean, there's probably close to 3 times as many contenders as there are Blue Lake. I don't know what the difference is. Whew, I'm gonna stand over here in the shade where it's a little cooler. So the Blue Lakes haven't produced near as well as the contenders. Now those were grown, planted side by side, planted at the same time, 2 separate rows, treated the same. Okay, now the deer did get in here and hammer them pretty hard. Now the Blue Lakes over here that didn't produce very well is kind of what I expected to see after them getting mowed to the ground. So far, the contender green beans are doing way better, probably 3 times better than the Blue Lakes. Now, they're not finished producing. The Blue Lake and the contenders are still flowering. They'll continue to produce. I don't pull my plants up when I harvest. So they'll continue to produce, but so far, those contender green beans are way outperforming the Blue Lake. So is that, typical result? I don't know. Like I said, the deer did hammer them pretty hard. You saw them when they were mowed to the ground. But right now, there's no comparison. Contender is way out producing Blue Lake. So, we'll see. My wife's hollering at me. Hang on. But either way, that's still a good harvest of green beans. We'll get those put up. I need to get them out of this hot greenhouse, get them off that table. I just wanted to dump them out there real quick and show you guys, but they'll wilt and get soft here in a hurry. I'm going to get them in the house where they're nice and cool. So I got all the green beans processed. So here's what we did. We just decided to vacuum seal them. Usually we'll can our green beans so we have them all winter. But we'd really like to take those fresh green beans straight out of the garden and kind of stir fry them in a skillet with some bacon. So I blanched my green beans and we're gonna try to freeze them. I don't typically freeze many green beans, but we're gonna try something different because I didn't really have enough to make a whole batch of canning quarts of green beans. So just doing something a little bit different. Not too bad. We got 5 about quart-sized bags of green beans, so we'll get those in the freezer. My little vacuum sealer, food saver vacuum sealer. I love this thing when it works right. It works great.